Alright guys and gals, here we are with part 2 of the Mustang 310 skid steer quick attach repair, and today we're going to be placing the pin that we made in the first video. We're going to weld it on here, and I'm thinking the best idea that I can come up with at the moment is just to put this bolt on top, put it through the latch, and there's a nut on the other side, and we're going to tighten it up, which will take tension off, put tension on here I should say, on this latch so it can't go forward or back, and will stay tight. So when the bucket is on here, it's tight and won't go anywhere. In addition, while I have the whole assembly off, I decided to do a little repair work on the top pin here. My shim that I placed broke off, so I cleaned that up, and I had tried to video it, but apparently I didn't hit the button. I apologize for that, but I'll show you what I've done. Basically, because this machine is almost just over 40 years old, the holes naturally are, they're walled out, they're old, and short of the proper way would be to cut that out and replace it. However, for such a small machine, all I do is I took this grade 8 washer, cut the end off so it'll fit, and then I took a Dremel and dremeled out the inside to make it just barely enough to fit on the pin. So all I'm going to do is put it in there like so, weld it on, and then when the pin is in there nice and snug, it can't go anywhere. It'll take the slop out of that side. As you can see, this side here, hardly any slop. The other thing I did was I drilled a hole in the end of this pin to receive a bolt as a kind of a keeper to hold the pin from turning, hold from wear. And then I took this piece of scrap, I don't know what that is, maybe 1/8 inch thick, maybe a little thicker, I don't know. Put it in a vise and I bent it. And it's going to sit like so, roughly. I'm going to weld it on, and then I put a hole on each side, which lines up with the hole in the pin. Put a bolt in, bam. Keeps the pin from turning, saves wear and tear, and it looks just nice. And if you ever need to replace it, it's not as hard. Originally I didn't have the time to do that properly like I did the other ones. Here, they were welded on. I welded these on. So all I ended up doing is I welded the pin to the side of this washer here, and we're going to fix that today. So I'll set you up. We'll get a little video of some welding, and I'll bring you back, and we'll show you what it looks like. Just give you a quick overview here. Just put a couple of tack welds there and there, and then we'll snug that nut up on the end to pull tension on this rod. And unfortunately there's just a little bit of tightness left in the pin, so we'll have to kind of put some grease in there and really work her. It'll wear in a little bit, but tight is better than loose. Up here, all I did was I put a couple of tacks, one there, and one on the bottom for that washer to hold that pin tight. And I did the same on this little keeper for that bolt. A few tack welds, good strong welds. It's not holding a lot of weight, but it's nice when that pin doesn't turn in there. So now that it's all in place, we'll take you back to the other building. We'll see if we get the bucket on there and see how well it works. Alright guys, we'll show you what we got going on here. Seems to have worked pretty good. This lever, it's not too bad. The pin on the bottom here sticking out just a little bit. This is pretty tight in here, and with that welded, she's not going anywhere. I'll call that part a success, but naturally, now I've noticed the other part of it too is, I don't know if you can see that, there's a lot of slop up in here being wore down over the years. So we'll run back over quick, we'll weld them up, we'll take that slop out of there, and it should be nice and tight, and we'll have a working quick attach. That should be a valuable lesson. I always forget to do it, but you got to keep your rods nice and warm and dry. And I never do it, so there's always too much moisture in them, so they weld like crap. Oh well. Back to the other building. Alright guys, that seems to have done the trick. I'll have to let it wear in a little bit. I might have to add a little more weld after she's been used a few times, but it seems to have worked. Now that the quick attach is done, that's the end of part 2. Thanks for joining me. The next part 3, we're going to be putting it back on the skid loader. And then, as you might have guessed, now that we have a quick attach, we're going to be working on another project. We're building a set of pallet forks. So stay tuned for that. As always, like, comment, and subscribe.